Hello, how is everyone? Hope everyone is well today. This is Clay Smith of Clay Smith International. Uh, just letting everyone come in and welcome to everyone from all around the world. Again, this is Clay Smith, Clay Smith International. Very much looking forward to tonight's live stream, The Change Effect. Before I begin, I want to just say a few words about the past few weeks. Wanted to give a special shout out to my city. We just hosted the World Games 2022. We had the Stream Worlds Fair Tour, which was from July 3rd through July 17th. Large success. Welcomed 100 countries from around the world, multi-sport event. Our Stream Worlds Fair Tour focused on sports, technology, recreation, entertainment, arts, media, and it was just a great success meeting so many different people from so many different countries from around the world. Shout out to the World Games. Shout out to our city. Did an excellent job of hosting the event. I'm sure you saw the opening ceremony, all the games, and the closing ceremony as well. Very special for our city and our state and our country, as well. Very special for our firm. So we really appreciate everyone that has joined our community, whether it be social media, whether it be download our app, whether it be the podcast, whether it be live streams, or even the live and virtual events. Have a few announcements that we're going to make in the next few days about our new series of events that are going to come online. And tonight, wanted to have the focus of our live stream, of course, be about the change effect. And that's very important to us for a couple of different reasons. One is because we are recognizing that through our economic system and our financial system, there's a lot of change going on. Most people look for change that is external. They look for signs that are outside of themselves and wonder, why are things changing? How are things changing? What's changing and when? And how do I best adapt and navigate through that change? We want to put a different perspective on it tonight and talk about being active in your change, changing from within. When we started our podcast and our live streams, I wanted to make sure that in addition to our global brand, that we added even more value to our global community as well, internationally as well, to make sure that we, of course, could create an even more solid platform for change, change that would be positive, change that would be sustainable. And what we are seeking to continue to do is to improve for our partners, our employees, our stakeholders, and just the global community at large. So whether it be through our website at clay-smith.co, whether it be through our services such as advertising, branding, marketing, media, whether it be through our podcast, Sundays at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time, VentureScape, Clay Smith, which can be found on Anchor, of course, Google Podcasts, iHeartRadio, TuneIn, Amazon Music, and so much more. Or whether it be the live streams, or whether it even also is the sponsorships that we have. Of course, you can visit our website, click the partner link, and visit our sponsorships, as well as the live stream from the virtual and live events that we have as well. And again, have a few announcements that we're going to be making over the next few days. But what we wanted to talk about tonight was the change effect. As again, there's a quote from Jack Welch, who was the former CEO of General Electric, legendary leadership at General Electric conglomerate. And he said, change before you have to. Oftentimes because we live in such a complex and dynamic world, it's kind of hard to get our minds wrapped around what change looks like. We can sense it, but oftentimes it's a little sudden and often too late when we're able to respond in the best fashion. One of the best ways to do that is to be able to, as I've heard the old adage, if you stay ready, you don't have to get ready. And by doing that, you're able to adapt as best possible to any and most, if not all, but every situation that is within your capacity to change. So therein creates a solid opportunity for you to be able to sustain the most successful performance and hence results that you can achieve to, of course, accomplish your objective or your goals. So you do have to have a plan. A plan is a strategy. A strategy is the management of your goals. What are your objectives? What are your initiatives? What are your techniques, as well as your uh, your tentative plans, short and long term, as well as your long term goals that lead into what does success look like. So then, what does change look like? Change looks like reflecting on where you are, how you got there, where you're going, and why you want to go to the next step and those next steps afterwards. But even before you get to those next steps, it's taking the proper assessment of where you are and how you got there. That's important because we have to understand and sense our environment, the environment externally and the environment internally. So it's very key to understand your position, your place, and your pros by which you want to go about achieving your goals. And so when we think about change, we think about typically stimuli and response. Stimuli being what is the active agent that's involved in creating the change within the environment, and then what is our response to that change. Normally, when we think about the word effect, 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 we think about the response. What happens when something else creates the change? What we wanted to do is make sure that we talked about the stimulant. What is the reason behind changing? What are you going to do to change within? Before we concern ourselves just with the gas prices, the rising prices of food, or the different international affairs, or our professional business, whether it be the marketing, whether it be the finance, whether it be new hires, or all the different parts of just personal development, self-care, all those very important things that we have to take on in the course of our day, because we're juggling a lot of different hats, so to speak. There are a lot of different things going on. We have a lot of things going on in our personal lives, trying to create a healthy life-work balance, making sure that we try to get good rest, good nutrition, a good diet, exercise. All those things are important to sustaining a quality of life. Because at the end of the day, it is us, you, who has to deal with what you're dealing with. It's your life. It's your business. It's your goal. It's your life. And your life is important for both of different reasons, because there are a lot of people that depend on you. And you have to understand that as you have those responsibilities, there are then opportunities to better position yourself to change, to provide the change effect. The change effect comes from within, not just from without, and we see something that goes on and then we change. Well, change is a constant, and we always have to change. But what are we really changing? Are we trying to change just the internal environment, or are we trying to change from within? Old quote a friend gave me some years ago said, the best way to change the world is to change yourself. So that's what we wanted to highlight tonight in the change effect, is changing one's self, looking within, introspecting, having a review of one's life. Where are you now? Where would you like to go? How are you going to get there? What are your milestones? What will it take? How long will it take? How much does it cost? How much does it benefit? All those different questions which can lead you to a proper assessment, a fair assessment, a reasonable and accurate, honest assessment of oneself. Something that I have to do every day because of the responsibilities that I have to be able to produce the content, to be able to produce the services, to be present where my responsibilities are personally and professionally. I have to constantly look at myself and say, where are you and where do you need to be? Where would you like to be? What is it going to take? So I can create the change effect within myself. So before I look out into the environment and read the latest headlines and the buzz, the newsworthy elements of what's going on around the world, whether it be locally, whether it be nationally, whether it be internationally, I have to understand that change comes from within. And that's the best kind of change, the change that leads you to prosperity, the change that leads you to abundance, the change that leads you to success. So highlighting what we've talked about tonight is just the change effect. We will be picking up this and other subjects. Of course, as I mentioned, you can join us on our podcast, which is the VentureScape podcast. Of course, it is Sundays, 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. Of course, you can find us on anchor.fm/VentureScape. VentureScape with Clay Smith. Of course, we're on Google Podcasts. As I mentioned, iHeartRadio, TuneIn, Stitcher. We're on Spotify. We're a video podcast. VentureScape is an international weekly multimedia audio and video podcast. You can find us on iHeartRadio. So whether, like I said, you're in the skies in a plane or on a flight and travel, whether you're in your car and your display, whether you're on Google HomeKit or Siri or Amazon Alexa, you can just say VentureScape, Clay Smith, instantly it'll pop right up. So whether you're on the go, whether you're in your hotel, whether you're on your smart device or whether your smart refrigerator, or any smart device, just simply ask for VentureScape and Clay Smith. Of course, we're also on the live stream Tuesdays, 7 p.m. Central Standard Time, as well Thursdays, 7 p.m. Standard Time as well. And check out our new events that we're going to be hosting. You'll hear about those in the next few days. Looking forward to the building upon the success of our last Stream Worlds Fair Tour. We're on Eventbrite, so check Eventbrite again. Look for Clay Smith International. You should be able to find our new events coming up very soon. Very excited about having everyone join. Of course, as I mentioned before, we are on Patreon. So do join our global community. We have a wealth of different tiers where we provide behind-the-scenes content on a wealth of different activities that we're involved in, whether it be events, whether it be podcasts, whether it be live, all these different curated and bespoke experiences that we are able to provide you as our VIPs and at various different levels on our Patreon. Have several different ways, as I mentioned before, of course, for you to support us. We are on Venmo. If you have Venmo or you have any of our other services as well, you can download Venmo or you can download PayPal. PayPal and Venmo, very large financial tools, very beneficial. We have QR codes. Just tap on in with us to Venmo, PayPal, or Cash App. So we have a wealth of different ways that you can support. You can donate, whether it be the live stream, whether it be the podcast, 24 hours, 7 days a week. You can just provide us with any donation that you have or any level of support that you have to provide us in our services and or any of our other products and goods. We welcome all support and we thank you very much to everyone who has been part of all of our services as well. And we also have, of course, our persona services as well. You've heard us discuss this before. If you want a live video, if you want a direct message chat, if your business or a large corporation wants a video message, you might have a special occasion, you might have a business occasion, a speech, a talk that you want me to be involved in. We provide, of course, speeches and appearances as well on Persona. You can have a more customized experience as well, whether it's live video chat, video message, etc. So do join us at the link clay-smith.co/persona.html. Of course, we have sponsorships. When we began our podcast and our live stream, as well our network of services that we offer at clay-smith.co, we want to make sure that we provided our value add across all of our media properties, TV, radio, web, social, mobile, where small to large businesses as well individuals can visit our partner link on our website and go to sponsorships, look at all the various tiers that we have on our sponsorship link page and see that we have a wealth of different ways where if you want to place your physical or digital logo, if you want a message inside of our podcast or any of our live streams or even at our virtual and live events, please just simply contact us. You can, of course, email us at any of our locations. Of course, we're at info@clay-smith.co. You can join us on social as well, download our app, or just visit our website and our contact us page. Of course, the phone number is 205-538-2041. Feel free to join us anytime. Again, join our Patreon, join our social media properties. Of course, join us, subscribe, follow, like our content. We need all the support to continue to give you the best content as well, provide you with the best quality service around the world. There is no other podcast. There is no other brand like Clay Smith International. We cover sports, technology, of course, fashion, e-commerce, mobile, social, branding, licensing, media, books, TV, a wealth of the gamut, finance, tech. As many of you know, I began years ago in business. I've expanded through technology as well, moving forward in the media space now. So a wealth of different decades of different various experience that can add value to your organization or you individually. Do join us at clay-smith.co. Of course, this has been a wonderful time having you at all of our podcasts and our live streams and our events. Do join us on Sunday, 7 p.m. Central Standard Time for VentureScape with Clay Smith, the podcast. Of course, Tuesdays, live stream on YouTube and other platforms as well, 7 p.m. Central Standard Time for our live stream and our virtual and live events. A new announcement is coming up this week, so stay tapped into all of our platforms. Download the app, iOS and Android. Join us on our podcast, Spotify, iHeartRadio, TuneIn, Google Podcasts, Stitcher, and all other platforms as well. Do join us on the live stream. Visit our website. Subscribe. Follow us on all of our social. Click that notification button. Click that like button. Join us on Patreon. Get a message from us from Persona. Join us on, collaborate with us on our sponsorships. We look forward to welcoming you on all of our platforms. This has been another exciting episode of our live stream, The Change Effect. We're looking to help make the most positive effect in you. Do be well.